get home again. It's late. What time is it? 9:41. Oh, let me get back in focus here. I'm always gonna have to look here. I've got my HDMI cable, like I told you previous video, hooked up and it's a full-size HDMI. First of all, let's get into the video. Michael Williams here again, White Label Consulting. Yeah, video number 2. So I let little, oh man, what is this on my shirt? Anyways, this is actually one of my hoodies right here. It say God never fails. This is actually one of the videos that actually one of the hoodies that I is part of my clothing line. So this video is going to be sponsored to you by Custom Clothing, because I wanted to be sponsored by Custom Clothing. It's an apparel line that concentrates on Christian clothing, urban wear, you know, and slogan is wear what you believe. I believe in the Lord Jesus Christ is what I do. So that's who's sponsoring this video, my clothing line. You know, if you're a content creator, you know, you don't always have to get brand deals like to make your channel pop. Like if you have another form of income, you can sponsor your own channels. Like I could say that this video is brought to you by Canada Dry Cranberry, because this is the one I like right here. It's not, I'm just saying. But again, the video is sponsored by Custom. Go to www.custom.com, and if you put the word custom in at checkout, you'll get a discount on something on the website, whatever. Somebody was like, hey, I saw your video, I haven't seen you in a long time, but I'm interested to know, what are you using for your live streaming? You know, it's going into 2024. When I started this live streaming thing back in 2023, 2021, 22, the pandemic hit. But truth be told, me and my family, my boys, we were streaming a long time ago. We were streaming back before Vimeo had actually bought Livestream.com. Livestream was actually its own website, right? And it had an online, I wish I could go to Wayback Machine and give you a picture of it. It was actually an online platform where you actually, it had like a video switcher, but it was all online, right? It was free. We were doing web streaming back in like 2012, like 2000. We were at Bethesda Community Baptist Church. We were there streaming, and back then it was like, oh, this is crazy. Nobody's gonna stream their services online. This is a long time ago, so we've been in streaming for a long time. But I did a video about how to do a live stream with $1,000, right? That video is located, let's just say it's going to be located right here, right? Well, now somebody saw this video and they're like, hey, what are you streaming with going into 2024? I mean, you know, looking at your video, you would think that things have changed, but no, much hasn't changed. You need 5 basic things to stream. You need a computer, which I have. You need a laptop. You need a camera, which you see right there. You need a decent lens, right? You need an audio source, right? So that would be a microphone, which I have right here, which you can't see, is off camera. And you need a capture card. Now, for me, I am going to run down my gear list real quick, and I do have a link in the description that gives you a little bit more detail on what I use for streaming, but I just want to do a quick video on what I'm streaming with now going into 2024. So right now I'm on my Panasonic GH5S. It's a Lumix. I'm a Lumix guy. I like Lumix. It's just been my preference. I like the color profile. I like being able to have the flip out screen where it stays on when you're live streaming. I started streaming on a Canon T7i, which got me through a lot. And I used a 50mm lens, 1855 standard lens, which was horrible for lighting, right? So now I'm a Panasonic guy. I have 2 G7s in my cases over there, and then I have a GH5S. My lens is an 1835 Sigma. It has a booster. It has an adapter so that it's basically able to fit on a Lumix camera. That's what's giving me the sweet little bokeh here in the background, a little blurry, is the lens. The aperture's down to 1.8. So that's my camera setup. I have 2 light stands just for one. The camera's on one light stand, and then on my light, I have a newer light, which I'll put here somewhere up on the screen. Let's just call it right here. I'll put right there. I'll put right there. That's going to be a picture of the light. So that's my first setup: the camera, my lights, right? And then I have my old trusted ATM Mini. I actually upgraded to the Pro ISO, but I haven't used any features on it. if you don't want to spend the money on an ATM Mini Pro ISO, you can get this capture card located right here again. Right, I'll put it right there. This capture card I've used over and over again. This card is only $15, so you can still use inexpensive capture card. I do events, so every now and then I need 4 inputs. And then I have my trusted microphone here that I've been using for a long time. The Audio Technica 2020 mic. Awesome microphone to use for podcasting, right? I have a microphone cover on it. And the next step up would be the 2035. Those are older mics. Trust me, they're not anything recent, but the mics get the job done. I've got my IBM ThinkPads, about 4 years old. And then I have the Focusrite 212. So that's my audio devices. That's my whole live streaming setup for home office. If I have to do multiple camera angles, I can throw extra camera angles into the ATM Mini. You don't even need the Pro ISO. You can get the regular one. It'll work if you need multi-camera setup. But that camera with a lens or the G7, actually you can get the G7 online pretty inexpensive with the lens, and then a couple of lights. So I have my, if you can see right here, it's blurry, right? You just kind of went and focus on out focus. There is a light right there. That's a light stand. It's the RGB. It's a newer NWER. That's a light that you can get fairly inexpensive. I know when you're starting out to do live streaming, you don't necessarily need to break the bank to actually get started in podcasting, live stream, whatever it is, especially if you're in a home office like myself. So I have that light, which came in a pair. I think it was like $200, but it's RGB, so that's how I can make the background purple. I can change the pattern. Then I have this light right here, which costs about $150. So this whole setup might be, see, throw the laptop in there. Let's just say probably under $2,000 now, because it's a lot easier and simpler to live stream than it was when I get started. You might not need to spend $100 on a microphone. You probably could spend $50 on a microphone. Like I said, you can get the capture card that only costs you $15, which I've used over and over again. I use that for people who don't need. I yawned. I don't know if I'm gonna take that out or not, but if you see me yawn on camera, I didn't feel like editing it out. So, camera, good lens. Get your camera, get your good lens. It's a decent microphone, right? Switcher, video capture card. Either one of those will work. Decent computer. Get you an i7. i5s work, but get you an i7, Ryzen 5, one of the newer chips. Preferably 32 to 60, 32 to 16 to 32 gigs of RAM, and some decent lights. Now, you can get some soft boxes off of OfferUp for $40-50, or you can go on Amazon and find a whole pack for $100. Here's what I'm saying. It doesn't quite matter if you have a Sony camera, the A4S, whatever, the Z5 F3, whatever the camera's called, or you have an Canon M50 Mark 1 and Mark 2. Just set it up, get really good lighting where you're at, get a good audio source. The other day I had to shoot a video and I didn't have my microphone cables. So what I did is I turned off the air conditioning in the home office, and I took my cell phone and I recorded the audio into my cell phone. And I recorded the audio, and then I did the video, I edited it. Came out great because I had to send it to a client, right? Just get it done. 2024 is going to be a great year for you. Hopefully it'll be a good year for me. So do not let what you don't have keep you from achieving the goals that you want to try to achieve. Start something small, start with whatever you have. I've had this equipment for a long time. I don't need to upgrade. I'm not going to upgrade. But that's my streaming setup in 2024. The link is below in the description. So if you want to ask me some more questions, hit me up in the comment section and I can give you some pointers on what I do to get this a look. And that's all I have for this video. I don't have a catchy phrase anymore. I used to have a catchy phrase. I used to have good morning, good evening, good afternoon, or something like that. I don't know. I got rid of that. But stay tuned for the relaunch, the restructuring, the rebirth, the re-something. Just stick around. See you later.